So if they can channel that, they weren't in a position to lose that 12 months ago. They're not in a position to win this today. So we can see that flip result. One of the things I really like is they've asserted Jared Exley smack bang in the middle. That is a good move. When you just got to pull your chips in forward, that's what you've got to do now.
We were talking about that earlier. Eckersley definitely need to work more and get back, find a way to get into this game. Has it come too late for Broadbeach? Who knows? But we're going to soon find out going into this last quarter to see who's going to be the premiers for 2021.
Yeah, absolutely. We're very excited to be in your company. With over 250 watching online as we speak, so we do appreciate your support in helping us grow football here in southeast Queensland as rucks go up right, brings it down to ground and goes and gets his own contest, gets it out there to Campbell Lake, up towards half forward now, running full chested at that one was the Frenchman Liquizini. There is the Ezekiel gets the handball out, under siege. There's Conlau, gets it out now to Baines. Baines there for Broadbeach, hits the target. On the outer side, swinging around on that trusty right foot of his. Up towards half forward now. Good courage shown. Lack of talk there, lack of communication. Here comes Campbell Lake again. Handball's out now to a teammate who's bumped off it. That was Oakley Wallace. Back now to Lake. Outstanding in this second half. Speaking of outstanding, all half. Right. Probably the first mistake he's made all day.
Yes, it is. As speaking of mistakes, couldn't get the kick to his teammate on that occasion. Labrador now right again. Oh, gets absolutely crunched in that tackle. Good effort, Broadbeach. Free kick paid. They probably would have liked to have had that advantage paid because they were off.
Free kick to Jake Rogers, a right half back. Spots up Eckersley. What a season he has had in 2021. Kick up towards half forward now. Ball hits the deck. Here's a chance for Semler. Lovely kick. That is a fantastic kick. And he spots up Cooper Parks.
He really hasn't done a lot. He's had a few opportunities, Parks, but just been pushed under the footy too easy. On that occasion, was able to push his direct opponent under the footy and take a good second grab. Fumbled the first, took the second, and this is exactly the start Broadbeach would have liked. They've only played a couple of minutes in this last quarter. They definitely need to kick this one.
Cooper Parks kicked 4 goals in his last final outing. Had a sensational final series. Within range. Deliberate approach. And he's got it. He's got it. You can hear the come on coming, and here come the Cats. They've cut the margin back now to 34 points. It's not beyond them here. And that's the first of perhaps many that we might see from them in this last quarter.
No, and again, exactly what the coach would have wanted. Matt Dwyer, exactly what the start of the last quarter. First real chance, one-on-one contest, good mark taken, goes back under a bit of pressure, and the right foot finish, just brilliant, straight over the goal umpire's head. This, again, first goal of the last quarter, they move one step closer, and if they can get the next one, the ball just starts rolling their direction, which is exactly what they need.
And I think, us up here, like in all due respect to the Labrador fans, we do want to see a fight back. We want to see something salvaged here for Broadbeach and give us the grandstand finish that we all love. Lake gets it out to a teammate working through. Beautiful work here. Left foot kick up towards half forward. Again, just that run of numbers here. Diving on the ball there was Jenkins, but he had no opportunity to get out of it. He was actually knocked onto the ball, I believe. So we'll see a stoppage. You're at half forward for Labrador. Kicking to the left of your screen. Going up almost unopposed there was Lockie Howe. Right foot kick around the body there from Broadbeach. Up towards the commentary wing. Cut there from Semler. Got first hands on that one. Taken out there by White. Lovely work. Comes out now to Denny. Denny, right foot kick. Here's the man of the moment. Was he impeded on? No, the umpire said play on. It was a good defensive spoil. White under siege. I don't know if we might get a replay on this one here. Well, a good tackle there. Good smother there from Denny, just his second efforts.
Geddings had 2 smothers in about 30 seconds. I don't know how you could not pay a free kick there, deep inside 50. Labrador got away with one there.
Can Broadbeach get one back here? Right foot kick around the body. Going up unopposed there was Tane Dawson, minor score. So I think they've pushed Dawson up towards half forward to be that sort of strong talk. Because we highlighted earlier that he did take a few strong contested marks there in defence. They needed some of that presence there at half forward, but is it too late? Kick there from the defensive half out towards the right. Right taken to ground there. Boundary throw in out of side, and it's Labrador, the minor premiers, leading this one by 34 points. And
geez, a bit of push and shove there against Wright, and Wright just clapping, going, "Come on, boys, have a look at the again. Have a look at the scoreboard, son."
oh, they're right in front of the scoreboard too. No dramas. Giving that old timely reminder.
I think the Broadbeach bloke on that occasion actually pushed Wright and then realised, oh crap,
Yeah.
this guy's about 3 times my size. I'm just going to walk away now.
Ball handball's out there towards the outer side, pinging around. Knocked out of there in the tackle. Trying to appeal for the free kick there was Jack Rogers. There for Broadbeach. We'll see a boundary throw in between wing and half forward, outer side.
Now the pressure gauge has gone up in favour of Broadbeach.
Here's that contest there.
Well, if you get clipped around the ear like that in front of 2 umpires,
I think in defence of the umpires, both of them were more corridor side. That contact was made more boundary side.
you're very forgiving with that one. I'll say that, Chris.
I wouldn't have paid it.
I tell you what, speaking of forgiving, there's quite a bit of push and shove here on the far side of the ground. Punches being thrown from both sides, and there's still a bit of tension and a little bit of.
I think the free kick's going to be paid to Labrador here, which is devastating if you're a Broadbeach fan because they were going inside the forward 50.
Well, those sort of things too. I mean, both sides had plenty of players pushing and shoving and throwing the odd jumper punch. I really don't know how you can pick a free kick out there for Labrador as they look to attack now.
Up towards half forward, going back and taking the mark there is Daniel Liquazzini. Kick up towards the middle of the ground now. They've got to get one here, Broadbeach. Up towards half forward. So Parks missed out an opportunity before, taps it down to the advantage. Not quite forthcoming there. It's taken here by Sullivan. Up and under kick up towards the commentary wing now. Comes off hands. It touched the first set of hands there. Noah Cottrell, and we'll see a ball up.
Again, umpire probably on the wrong side to really pick that one, whether that was a mark or not. But again, Labrador's ability when that ball hits the ground to be first to it has been devastating for Broadbeach today.
And when your ruckman's basically doing that job for the most part.
Exactly right.
Wins a hit out there. Brings it now to Sullivan. Up towards centre half forward there. Running it Broadbeach. Up towards the corridor now. Big moment this one. Running it hard nicely was Bailey Brown. Had an impressive game today. He's got a teammate there in support. Couldn't quite gather it there. Jack Rogers intervenes. Ejects himself into the contest there for the Cats. Handball under pressure. Just got the up and under kick, Broadbeach.
Gonna go.
Oh, tough one there. Caleb Baines recovers there. Lovely tackle there by Bailey Brown, and we'll see a ball up. He's Bailey's. You see here this tackle there from Bailey Brown. His game's been impressive today too, hasn't it?
Yeah. Again, it's just that fumble. The moment you fumble, you're automatically putting your teammates around you under pressure as well, and it just flows from one player to the next, and all of a sudden, and you just can't do that in grand finals, unfortunately. As a free kick's paid, and again, just a little bit of niggle, right in front of the scoreboard, right in front of all the fans. And I tell you what, it's on now.
It's not what you need. And I think there's going to be a 50-metre penalty paid as well.
And again, it's a free kick to the Tigers. And 50 paid. And look who it is, our man.
Yep.
Mr. Wright.
And you know the crowd love him.
Well, half the crowd's loving it. The other crowd's trying to work out how you pull a free kick out of that. As Wright kicks inside 50, great defensive effort. The ball gets punched over the line for a boundary throw in. Wright looked to play on quickly and hit out the forward inside. Just couldn't quite get to him in time, and good defensive effort there by the Cats.
Boundary throw in here. Time ticking away here for Broadbeach. 9 minutes gone here. They've kicked the only goal of the quarter. They need more. Labrador got to the right end of the ground for them. One more will definitely shut the door. Kick on its way around the body there from Mercer, and it goes through for a minor score. Mercer been one of the better players on the ground too for the Tigers. Kick across.
Was that right again on the far side?
He hasn't done anything wrong. Has not done a lot wrong.
I believe it is. Yeah, pushing into the ruck.
He has been absolutely outstanding today.
Now, 2 minutes ago, he was standing full forward, and all of a sudden we found him taking a boundary throw-in deep in defence, as there is a Tigers player down.
I think just a bit of cramp.
I'm not sure if it's cramp or whether he's... It's hard to... Oh. I believe that's Samuel Mercer as well. He's been in pretty good form, kicking 3 goals this afternoon. Limping off the ground. Not sure if it's a...
Might be a knock to the lower leg. You can see a little bit more tension on the other side.
Yeah, definitely favouring that left leg as he limps off the ground now. Hopefully get back on the ground. He's been extremely impressive today. Like I said, kicking 3 goals for the Tigers.
That was 5 to come onto the ground here for Labrador, who've got the ball locked inside their forward 50 now. They'd love another one just to ice this game. And we'll see a stoppage. And they've got a handful of numbers back, building that wall.
There's no one front of the middle of the ground for Broadbeach.
Yeah, no one in their half at all.
On the ground at the moment. And just trying to look across the ground, just working out numbers. Well, I tell you what, Broadbeach at the moment, they've got their hands in the air, waving it. I mean, if you were 90 metres away, Chris, and all you're doing is putting your hand in the air, going, kick it to me, it really seems like you've run out of ideas.
Yeah, you need to contribute more to that.
If you want the footy, go get it. Don't stand there waiting for a bloke to kick it on top of your head.
Free kick out of that ruck contest, and I think...
And again, the push and shove.
Is that going to go to right? No, it's not going to go to right. See how this contest here.
He got pulled down.
That's
midfielder.
Yep.
And again, just a little bit of ill discipline by the Cats. It just seems like they're guessing at this point. They're trying to manufacture something. They're not sure what that something is, but unfortunately sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets, as that kick comes across the face of goal for a behind. Broadbeach need to go now, looking to play on quickly. Takes a bounce, handball over the top, gets the handball back. 3 bounces. Oh, he gets absolutely poleaxed after he's kicked the footy. But that's what Broadbeach need. They need to move quickly now. Looking to switch the ball across the ground now. Kick inside. Broadbeach looking to attack. Inside 50, got some space. And a beautiful kick and a beautiful mark. Taken by Cooper Parks again. He's done pretty well in this last quarter, Chris.
He's presented well.
Almost looked like he just about tore his hamstring taking that mark too. He seems to be okay.
So Cooper Parks kicked 4 goals last week. Would love to add another one. Said he decides to fool everyone, and he drops it in short and gets it to Semler.
Now, Semler's been one of those players today. You're either going to love his game, probably in the first half, and to be honest, you're probably going to hate his game in the second half because he's been a bit ill-disciplined, a little bit lazy. But I tell you, this goal probably wipes all that in this last quarter. Lines up now, right foot kick. Straight at the goal umpire's head. Doesn't have to move. That's his 6th goal of the game.
And he's in the thick of it again.
And he's in the thick of it again.
Oh,
Yeah.
you see the hands? The hands pointed.
He's again, they're pointing to the scoreboard, saying, boys, don't know what you're doing. You've only kicked 6 goals, we've kicked 11, and we're in the best spot to win this premiership. But just enough niggles still in this game to get a bit of excitement.
Look, I mean, the last quarter, the last 10 minutes of QAFL TV footy, which was last week in the senior prelim, is an indication that anything can happen. A team that is not supposed to win can get up. So believe in the impossible. It can definitely happen.
Well, again, Broadbeach have got one back. If they can kick the next one, they'll probably give themselves a shot. If they can get to 7 goals, we're probably a third of the way through this last quarter, maybe a little bit more than that. They're in with a shot. So, speaking of which, got possession now, but the pressure's coming from this Tigers group. Now, what's the umpire called here? It's a throw, I think.
So here comes Jared Exley. Gets on his bike, left foot kick up to Kai Reynolds. And Kai Reynolds, he has to run harder. He arches the back now. Has a teammate loose there at half forward, and now it's starting to happen, Kano.
Yes. Mind you, it's a pretty difficult kick on that far side of the ground. He's probably right on his limit, I'd say. He's right on 50, probably.
Harrison Tonks, the captain.
Well, if you want a captain's goal, you definitely need one now. As he comes in now, right foot kick. Coming back and just offline for a behind. But Broadbeach got to lock this ball in now. They don't have a choice. You got to risk big to win big, as they say.
Absolutely. Well, just 2 goals kicked for the quarter. We had 3 goals kicked in the third quarter, and that only went 21 minutes. So gives you a perspective where we're at now. They've got to kick a lot more and kick them in a hurry. As Lockie Howe marks at left half back. See he's here on the replay now. Good strong mark. So Lockie Howe for the Tigers. Kick along the boundary line. Up to the man of the moment. Oh, he's been good. You just can't help but enjoy the body of work that Nathan Rice put in today, can you?
It makes things a lot easier for a big fella too when, unfortunately, the one bloke who wants to go up with the marking contest with you is about 3 foot tall.
Yeah.
Really need to do better there, Broadbeach, to get numbers to that contest. As Labrador now, ball comes over the back, takes the mark just outside 50. This is Josh Young. He's kicked 2 goals to the game. And I'll tell you what, he looks pretty confident having a set shot at goal. He's probably 51 metres out on a slight angle, Chris.
Yeah, definitely is. But he's had that sort of year where he's kicked 2 today. He's going for goal number 3. He kicked them both ends of this ground. Kicked both of them at this end of the ground, I should say. Left foot kick, it's curling around nicely.
No way. No way. Put away your glasses, Chris. I thought he was absolutely no hope in making the distance there. And for whatever reason, Broadbeach had no one on the goal line.
He just...
look at this replay. Watch this. Goes about a
It's so far out on the left, it's at Metricon Stadium.
Comes back. There's 3 blokes there. Not one bloke went up to touch the footy, and it just passed over the goal umpire's head. I can't believe that. I really can't. But again, typical left-footer, mate.
Exactly.
That's all I'll say.
We mentioned that in the first quarter, though. We had that set shot after the run-down tackle, and he hung it out to that left nicely. Got that arc, and it just curled through beautifully.
Mate, the only thing he wasn't going to hit was the cell line.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he kicked that ball that high, it almost came down with rain on it.
No, if we had a roof here, it would have definitely hit that. As the Tigers now, they're on their way to celebrating a premiership, and one they have truly deserved. Straight down the throat. Just go back, have the shot. No. Tommy Mild is going to try and join the party.
Oh, this is ridiculous now. Now, They've had three kicks inside 50, probably just over the distance that you're allowed to kick it and be paid a mark, and not a Broadbeach opponent near any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing off their direct opponent. They've almost given up the gate at this point, unfortunately. And, well, Labrador looking to celebrate now with another goal.
Back out to a game high 40 points if he's successful. And he's got it. They're pumped. The premiership's going to Labrador in the Colts. Grand final here, 2021. Alex Fife has kicked his second goal. And it's all party time here if you're a Tiger fan. And if we had to talk about a team that really deserved it, Kano, they have put in the body of work this year.
No, they definitely have. They've been the best team in the comp. Just looking at this replay now, and again, just too easy for the Tigers. Yeah. And it's probably been the story of the season, and unfortunately, Broadbeach, sometimes it's good to be second against an undefeated side, but they're definitely going to be hurting after this one because they have had some opportunities as the time went on during this game to get back into it. Unfortunately, sometimes not quite good enough is enough.
I think this is their third grand final loss in the last 4 years. So that
hurts a little bit more, I must admit.
Yeah, especially after last year was right. Another commanding disposal now up towards half forward. Free kick too high over the shoulder. They'll try and take the advantage. Just try and stop Kai Nichols. And Lockie Howe, do you think he'll just have a shot for the sake of having a shot?
Well, here we go. Points for the goals.
Yep.
And, yep, I'm going to go for goal, but the amount of times I've seen blokes do that and then hit up a bloke 20 metres out directly in front is too numerous to mention. But he looks pretty confident from this distance.
Any score will make it the game high margin of the day at the 21-minute mark of the last quarter.
Right foot kick.
He got so close to the man on the mark. Comes off hand, that hit the post. Minor score.
Well, can Broadbeach get one last goal to finish this game off? They just haven't been good enough today, unfortunately, for their supporters. As the Tigers, again, look to cut it off.
Wright doesn't look like slowing down at all. He does not look like slowing down.
He is an absolute gazelle, that kid.
It's one of the best games for a ruckman I've seen at any level in quite some time.
He reminds me of a hurdler.
Yeah, he
just
does.
The way he runs,
like
his
Blitzarves.
running action. Exactly.
Yeah, Mark Blitzarves there of Geelong. Kick up towards a vacant half forward. Can Cooper Parks generate something here? Ryan Hosking, though, for the Tigers. Handball's back in. They are just going to soak up the last few minutes or whatever's left of the game here, the Tigers. And Wright's just casually jogging into position there, waiting for that next kick.
He might end up with... oh no, that is Fife. I'm looking. No, he's decided to take a couple of steps back, set up defensively. As the ball gets cut off again, story of the day for Broadbeach.
I think it's just got to that moment where...
Oh, hang on.
And 50.
Now, you talk about frustration.
Look here on the replay here.
Absolute frustration. Now, in all honesty, I've got no idea what was going through his head then.
And...
Is that another 50?
Yeah, and he's been told to get off the ground.
He's been sent.
Yep.
Now, whether that was abuse, that would have had to have been some sort of abusive language. He's got his hands in the air trying to work out what I do, but I wouldn't have thought that attempt at a bump after the guy's taken the mark would have been enough to send him off. But it seems like something's definitely been said after the fact.
Well, at this time of the game, at this time of the season, that doesn't really matter, does it? It's I think you're disappointed how this last quarter's unfolded, disappointed how the second half has unfolded.
There's disappointment and then there's stupidity, Chris, and that would definitely fall into the category of stupidity.
Well, it was 45-27 just before half time. And then in that time, it's the Tigers had 4 goals unanswered to basically kill this contest. And now the margin's just growing greater.
Which has a knack of happening in grand finals.
As Tommy Miles sneaks that through and he joins the party as the Tigers are on the march.
Geez, again, just been really impressed across the board from the Tigers. Majority of players have been at the same, and it's probably been the story of the year, having a full list of full team of players playing their role to an absolute T against any opposition, anywhere, anytime, and there seems to be a pretty good reason why they've been undefeated all year.
And they they've got class all over the park, haven't they? It's everywhere, on every line, they've just got something special.
And I tell you what, if you didn't know the name of Nathan Wright before this game, you're definitely going to after it.
Oh, the best is yet to come.
And he's back in the ruck too, just to finish this game off.
Geez, it'd be fitting if the ball was in his hand to finish off. Wins another hit out. He's probably hit out number 30 today. Campbell Blake's not too bad either. He's had an outstanding game. The longer it goes on, Young tries to nurse his man under the ball. They don't want to slow down. They want to go for the jugular. Here the Tigers. Out towards Mild again. Lays the tackle there. A little bit overzealous, too high.
Too high, which has probably been the first thing that's gone right for this Broadbeach side in the second part of this last quarter.
47 points in margin at the moment. Did you sort of expect that coming here?
Well, there goes the siren. Labrador are premiers and QAFL Colts for 2021. And to answer your question, Chris, I probably would have said this might have been the likely margin, but to be honest, as the game's progressed, you probably would have thought the scoreboard could have blown out even more.
Yeah.
As impressive as Broadbeach have been this year, Labrador, too good, too strong, and worthy premiers for season 2021.
Absolutely. It has typified where this club, Labrador, is headed. They've under senior football coach Nick Malcheski. Unfortunately, the seniors couldn't make it into the big dance today, but this is the result of the future. If you're a fan of Labrador, from where they've come as a club over the last couple of years, to be able to respond like they have and contend across all three grades. It all starts from the bottom. This is where it starts, and there's plenty to love, isn't there?
No, there definitely is. Again, Josh Young popping up with a couple of goals. Nathan Wright we've been talking about all day. Wouldn't surprise me one bit if he won best on ground today. The likes of Mercer, Lake have been really impressive as well. I liked Bowen. I liked